The importance of the current EU taxonomy in relation to real estate transactions, and particularly with compliance departments in companies that have activities in this area, is I think, it's obviously going to be growing a lot, in the sense that at the moment, at the moment it's essentially a disclosure requirement, in the sense that, should we say, the idea is to push market participants towards better ESG compliance. But I think it's a little bit reductive for market participants to think that ESG compliance is simply a box-ticking exercise or just a way of accessing a broader pool of lenders. I think the participants have to look at particularly not only the requirements that exist at the moment, but already have a more future-looking view, in the sense that, at the moment we have disclosure requirements, but it's to be expected that in the medium to long term, so 7, 8, 10 years, a lot of these disclosure requirements will become mandatory requirements, i.e. buildings that do not comply with certain sustainability criteria, either won't be able to be sold, or will not be able to be leased, or at the very least, and almost certainly, will have a completely different type of tax applicable to them, as we already see for abandoned buildings and those kind of things in several jurisdictions. And so, when you're looking at compliance within the industry, I think you have to look at the long-term view, and when you're analysing a deal now, it's essential to, within the several areas which you have to look at, you do have to look at ESG. So it's not just a technical issue, it's not just legal issues. You have to look at ESG, and that is, what is now called more or less the ESG due diligence process, and that typically will end up with a confirmation and with a green certification. And that is, shall we say, the piece of paper that confirms that the building you are investing in or purchasing or whatever, does comply with the criteria and is essentially future-proof. Future-proof in the sense that, in 10 years' time, to the degree of certainty that anybody can have at this moment, this building will fall within the sustainability rules which are expected to be applied, and therefore will continue to be attractive to investors, to lenders, and to tenants.